What's up, everybody? And it is Lewis back with another full card prediction. This time it's for UFC 326 Holloway versus Oliveira 2 for the BMF title. And as you know, for these full card predictions, we will go all the way through this card, one by one, step by step, however you want to call it. And we will be predicting these fights. So here we start straight away with the prelim opener, early prelim opener of Luke Fernandez taking on Rodolfo Bellato. Keep it a stack. I've only seen Rodolfo Bellato fight. Saw a couple highlights for Luke Fernandez, getting a couple highlight reel KOs. He's 6-0 in his debut. He's pretty much knocked out all of his wins. All of his opponents, pretty much, he's knocked all of them out. Rodolfo Bellato is just not that good of a fighter coming off a loss. He's very mid as fuck of a fighter. He's not really the best. I expect a Luke Fernandez chinning in here, getting this one done by KO. Luke Fernandez probably in the first or second round goes out there, blitzes Bellato, and Fernandez is just too much for him and just gets the KO really easy, really soundly. That's who I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Luke Fernandez getting this one done by KO in the first round. Next up, Jiang Yong Lee taking on Gaston Balones. I'm going to keep it a stack. I've never heard of both of these guys. One's 11-3, one's 8-5, right? Both coming off losses. I'm looking at the heights and I'm looking at the reach for both of these guys. If you can see that on the screen, it says 5'10 for Lee and also 73.5 inches of reach. And he does have some pretty, he's coming off 2 straight losses, but he does have some decent wins in the UFC. And I'm going to go with him getting this one done just based off of the kind of measurements that we have here, right? Just based off of that. And yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to go off of. It's a featherweight bout. I'm going to go off of the height and the reach of the guy who has been a little bit better of late than Gaston Bolanos. Next up, Rafael Tobias taking on Diar Ngozi. All right. This one's a bit tricky, right? Because Diar has, he's lost both of his fights in the UFC, right? Both by submission. This guy, Rafael Tobias, from Brazil, says 1-0 record. But why does it say 14-1 here? Chat? Chat, what's happening, right? So, and he has 6 wins by submission and 5 by knockout with 8 first-round finishes. So I think that he could probably get this one done by submission here or KO. I think he gets this one done against the guy who just hasn't been able to get anything done in his time in the UFC. And I think Rafael Tobias will get this one done probably by finish, by submission in this fight. Moving on. Suma Dwerji versus Jesus Aguilar. I like Suma Dwerji in this matchup. I think Jesus Aguilar has had a severe disadvantage. And don't forget, guys, Suma Dwerji gave a real fight to some of these guys, right? He gave a real fight to Matt Schnell. He gave a real fight to Tim Elliott. And he also beat Kevin Borjas, Mitch Raposo, right? Lost to Charles Johnson. But I think the size advantage is just going to be a bit too much here for Jesus Aguilar. I don't think he's going to be able to get past that long reach and to be able to, establish his game. Because, let's face it, he hasn't faced the comp that Suma Dwerji has faced. Suma Dwerji has lost to some pretty decent flyweights outside and maybe a touching inside the rankings. He's lost to those good guys, but he doesn't lose to these guys who are just kind of bottom feeders a little bit. Jesus Aguilar is okay. In the flyweight division, he's nothing special, but I think he gets dominated in this one, gets pieced up, probably gets KO'd by Suma Dwerji in this one, in maybe the second round. Next up, we have Cody Durden taking on Naim Jajiba, I'll try to say this name. Hold on, chat. Cody Durden taking on Naim Jargo Dumen Dembero. He's from Mongolia. I'm going to keep it stat. I don't know much about him. Okay, he's 9-1. Cody Durden is coming off of a loss. He's 17-9. It's getting a bit tough to ride the Cody Durden train. Just getting a bit tough. He might be a bit crazy, but he hasn't beaten really any decent levels of opponent in a good while. It's been a long time. We've seen Cody Durden on a couple losing streaks here. He's gotten KO'd. He's gotten submitted. I think we see Cody Durden take another loss here. And I'm going to go with the guy from Mongolia. Fuck it. Why not let it fly? Next, we're going with Ricky Turcios versus Alberto Montes. This guy's making his debut, I believe. 11-1. Ricky Turcios is ass. I think he gets KO'd and destroyed. Yeah. That's it. That's all I have to say, right? 6 wins by submission. First round finishes. Can get a takedown. Can win by submission. I think he gets this one done over Ricky Turcios. I just think Ricky Turcios just is not that level of fighter. But who knows? Fuck it. He's going to win because I put some decent thought into this. And, you know, he's just going to make it boring as fuck. And, get this one done. I don't know. Ricky Turcios, man, he's a tricky customer, man. He's coming off a loss, and he just hasn't really beaten anybody good. So I'm gonna go with the guy who has 6 submission finishes and making his debut 11-1. Probably a really hot prospect. Here we go. Dante Johnson taking on Cody Brundage. This is the easiest pick in my life. I'm going Dante Johnson. Cody Brundage is a dog shit. This guy's 5'8" with a 74-inch reach. What the heck is this? This guy is literal Geodude in the flesh. This guy is the long arms with also the long legs. Man, this guy's going to be a problem. He is only 5'8". It would be nice if he was at 170 because then he could really make use of some of those physical tools that he has just off the long arms itself. But he's at middleweight. He gets Cody Brundage. Cody Brundage is dog shit. Dante Johnson gets this one done probably by KO. Next up, Cody Garbrandt taking on Zhao Long. Chat. You know how I feel about the Unks. Okay, on this channel. We know how we respect the Unk. We love Unks. We want to cherish them. We want them to feel validated, feel welcome. Cody Garbrandt. He loses to good fighters now. Let's be honest, though. He could beat some of these bottom feeder guys. Honey Barcels is a tough ass. Zhao Long is 1-2 in the UFC. Who are these guys? Cody Garbrandt smokes these guys out in a round. Not even close. Give me fucking Cody Garbrandt to get this one done by knockout. Fuck it. Give me Cody Garbrandt getting this one done. I like Cody Garbrandt. I always will try to take a Unk if I can, just for shits and gigs. But I'm going to go with Cody Garbrandt here, man. I think he gets it done, man. I don't think these guys coming in now are going to be able to beat him. Maybe they could. Right, but similar leg reach. Just only 5 inches in reach. Maybe there will be a speed difference, right? But Cody Garbrandt still has some pop in his shots. And I'm going to go with Cody Garbrandt. Fuck it. I'm going to just go with Cody Garbrandt and get this one done. He's going to out-unk this young fighter and make a fool out of him. Show him who's really boss, right? Here we go. Next up, the first bout in the main card. We have Gregory Rodriguez versus Bruno Ferreira. I think the physical tools just lean Gregory Rodriguez, right? 6'3", 75 inches of reach. He's coming off of a win. Bruno Ferreira is a decent prospect. He's number 15. Just beat Marvin Vettori. Marvin Vettori's not that good. Not that good. Okay? And, you could beat Marvin Vettori. Right? Like, that's not saying a whole lot for me. right, off of a win against Marvin Vettori. Gregor Rodriguez would probably beat Marvin Vettori worse, right? Gregor Rodriguez is known to get cracked on the chin a little bit, but he beat Hermanson, beat Krylov. He only lost to Jerry Cannonier, which is a tough ask. It's a real tough ask. Beat Christian Leroy Duncan, Tavares, Talulin, right? He has a lot of wins over this guy. But also, this is a rematch. Rodriguez versus Fajea. This is number 2. They're getting a rematch here. So Fajea wins this one. It's tough, right? Because Bruno Fajea could easily do the same thing again. But I think Rodriguez is just on a hotter streak right now. So I'm going to go with Rodriguez here just based on those physical tools. But also he could get his chin cracked once again because he is RoboCop, right? I'm going to lean Rodriguez, but I wouldn't be surprised if Bruno Fajea gets this one done. But I'm going to go with Rodriguez for the sake of the pick. Moving on, we have Drew Dober taking on Michael Johnson. Now, this is a battle of the unks that I like to see. I'm going to go with Drew Dober. Drew Dober is a gangster. He is a stocky fighter who's going to come forward, who's going to crash into Michael Johnson, put a pace on him, and I think he can get this one done over Michael Johnson, right? Michael Johnson is fast twitch, really good power, but I think that it's going to be hard to KO Drew Dober now. It's going to be real difficult to KO Drew Dober, okay? Right? Losing to Gene Silva by Drew Dober loses to some decent competition, right? Lost to Frivola though. He can get KO'd. But when you KO Bobby Green, I don't know. That just feels like a really good, solid win outside of the rankings. And I ranked Bobby Green above Michael Johnson. Maybe that's just me, right? I'm gonna go. When it comes to Unk versus Unk, I'm going to go with Drew Dober being able to take a shot Unk and cardio Unk here in this fight. I'm going to go with Drew Dober over Michael Johnson. Next up, we have Rob Font taking on Raul Rosas Jr. We got a Puerto Rican here. Right here, me. And then we got Rob Font, another Puerto Rican. And then against Raul Rosas Jr., a young, hungry, rising prospect. It's interesting. I'm going to go with Rob Font. Give me Rob Font, not only because he's Puerto Rican, but also because I just think he can do some decent work, right? I think he could do some decent body work, some decent jabs, right? I think he could be able to keep Raul Rosas at bay for long enough in order to stuff whatever takedowns he got going on. Raul Rosas Jr. is strong. But this is grown man strength, baby. I'm taking some unks here in this card. So I'm gonna go with Rob Font here, getting this one done over, because Rob Font's a tricky test now. Don't get it twisted now. But he can get taken down and then get subbed. But will he? Right? He beat Matsumoto by split decision, who's also a grappler. Beat Phillips, who's also a grappler. Right? He has some good wins. He has some really good wins here. Right, and the guys he loses to, they're tough as fuck. And he doesn't lose to these guys by, like, getting fucking knocked out immediately, right? He goes to decision with these guys. So I think in a 3-round fight, give me Rob Font to get this one done, piecing up Raul Rosas on the feet because he's not getting his takedowns. So I'm going to go with Rob Font here, probably by decision 29-28. And moving on to the co-main event of the evening. We have Caio Bahayo taking on Rainer de Ritter. Rainer de Ritter coming off of a loss against Brandon Allen. Beat Robert Whitaker by split decision. I like Rainer de Ritter. I do. I think he's a good fighter. I like Caio Bahayo just a touch more. Just a touch more, right? I think when it comes to the stand-up, I think he's going to be able to do a decent job. I think when it comes to getting those underhooks and stopping those knees to the body and trying to catch Rainer de Ritter coming in with a straight left hand, I think he can catch him and put him up against the cage and kind of make it his fight to where he is dictating the pace and the pressure that is happening, at least the forward movement of Rainer de Ritter. going forward, right? Bahayo's only lost to Imavov. Yeah, that's pretty much it. He's beating everybody except a guy who's going to fight for the title next. Yeah, I don't think Randy Ritter's there yet. Losing to Brandon Allen really showed that he's kind of not there yet. He might be this guy who's not good enough to be in the top 5, but not bad enough to be outside of that top 12 range. He's a really good fighter, but I just think Kyle Bahayo is going to get this one done. So give me Kyle Bahayo by decision in this one. Or, you know what? Fuck it. Give it to me by, like, TKO in, like, the 3rd round, because Randy Ritter's a little bit tired. So give me Kyle Bahayo getting this one done. Here we go now with the main event. Max Blessed Holloway taking on Charles Dubronx Oliveira. It's tough, Chad. This is 2 fan favorites. I honestly don't want to pick this fight. That's how much I love these 2 guys. I love them so much. I think that they're really good, really talented, and I'm really stoked to see them fight, right? If I had to choose, if I had to pick 2 guys or 1 guy to come out of this with a win, give me Max Blessed Holloway. Give me Max Blessed Holloway. He's only been finished by 1 other guy, and that's Ilia Topuria and Volk. He hasn't been finished by Volk, but you know what I mean, like lost. This isn't a situation where it's like a Poirier back in the day, where he's going to get the better of striking exchanges. I also think that, you know, he could kind of style on Charles Oliveira. His striking defense is okay at best. His striking offense is where he shines, right? Charles Oliveira. But if the striking defense isn't there, Max Holloway could put on a boxing clinic, especially if Charles Oliveira can't get those takedowns. So I'm going to lean Max Holloway here, getting this one done by decision. Or maybe a late second, maybe 5th round, get a knockdown here, and then it's like, oh, shit, because, you know, I think this fight will go to the 5 rounds. I don't see Max Holloway getting this one done by finish, because I don't think Charles is going to quit, and I don't think Max has the power to be able to put Charles literally on his ass out cold. But I do think that he has enough in his gas tank, enough in the takedown defense, especially with the body locks that Charles is going to go for. I think he's been working that. I think he's been drilling that. So I'm going to lean Max Holloway here, getting this one done by decision, maybe a 49-46. I can't see Charles getting around, having his back for a full round. But ultimately, I think Max Holloway is going to be doing some really good work on the feet, crisp boxing on the feet, body shots, head shots, right? And I think Charles isn't going to crumble, but I do think he's going to wilt a little bit, and I do think those takedowns just won't be there for him later in this fight. So I'm going to go with Max Holloway getting this one done by decision. And that has been my breakdown, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, take it easy. I will be going live for these fights, reacting to these fights live. When it starts, I believe it starts at 5 p.m. This Saturday, March 7th. So please join me, join in. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, take it easy. Peace out.